Hello everyone, my name is Boulevard. For those of you that have seen my content before, I'm not much of a deck builder, and I'm pretty uninterested in playing the unrefined stuff that kind of gets passed around on day one. So I wanted to start off the day with a rather stock Akshan list. I posted it on Twitter. Majin Bey played it a little bit on stream. Gave me an idea of what to cut and whatnot. I tried out a few games with it. So this is the starting point that we were at. I was just kind of trying out a few cards like Curse of the Tomb, Combat Cook, and Blood Cursed Harpy because I didn't think that just these weapons were enough for the Harpy. And ultimately, this list was a little bit all over the place. I've played a few games since then, and I've arrived at something like this. We are actually pretty far away from the standard Sivir Akshan build. We even took out the Sivir for the Vayne because I found Sivir's spell shield to either be useless or irrelevant in the fact that either I was playing against a Lurk or Annie Jhin and they just really didn't care that my unit had spell shield, or I was playing against something like PNZ Shadow Isle where, you know, my spell shield was irrelevant because they had 10 cards in hand and infinite like 1-mana pings to just get rid of it all the time. So I played a few games of like the sort of quote-unquote like fair Sivir Akshan build, and I was struggling a lot with the Seraphine lists. Concerted Strike was a card that like you kind of need to use on Seraphine, which doesn't feel good when you're down trading like that. So now I want to try the sort of all-in Overwhelm build. Curse of the Tomb absolutely did not cut it in the standard version of this build, as it's sort of like a bad one-sided combat trick. It doesn't protect your units from spells or even other combat tricks. It's really only able to be used proactively. But in this more Overwhelm-focused list where I'm focusing on like Ruin Runner, sending her in with Vayne, as well as Cataclysm and things like that, you know, maybe this will do a little bit better against all the Seraphine builds that are running around, so we are going to give this a shot. I like smacked my mic in the middle of a rant. See, this guy's playing Darkness. I want to play Darkness. I have like a couple builds that I want to play after I get the video shot. I think step one is going to be like Vayne Pantheon to kind of see what that looks like. I don't think well, I kind of want to keep Fish Fight because it's a Darkness deck. So if I can go find a weapon, bank the spell mana, Vayne, equip the weapon, Fish Fight, I can kill Veigar. Otherwise, I'm really not. Vayne having 4 health is also just really, really good. I'm really banking on this Forsaken Bakai grabbing a weapon, which is kind of greedy, but the way that this list is built is already inherently pretty greedy, so I don't think that's really that big of a deal. I have been loving the Darken Aegis, though. Guess we grab Ruin Runner. I might need more Overwhelm units in this deck, other than just Ruin Runner and Zolani, because they are kind of expensive. There's nothing they can kill Akshan. Well, I guess they could Quietus, but that's not going to change anytime soon. There's really not as many reactive combat tricks in these lists as there used to be. Yeah, so if they're going to Quietus Akshan, they're going to Quietus Akshan. Got my landmark online. Okay, and they have Vile Feast. So far, nothing crazy. You know, I'm going to be able to get Vayne down here. That's going to be a little bit harder for them to deal with. I don't have the mana banked, but I still have Darken Aegis plus Fish Fight on 4, so I can still kill a Veigar.
No more than fiends.
So far, I've been loving the Darken Aegis, and really the reason that I wanted to play Sivir Akshan in the first place is because I'm a huge fan of the Darken weapons. Jural is easily my favorite card from the new set, so I wanted to play exactly a Darken Bloodletters Darken Aegis deck. Because I don't think there's any deck that's any kind of good where you get to play more than 2 Darken weapons. Going to attack first, and then Fish Fight. Because I want the tough on her, because this is going to remove the weapon. Actually, I could just have us strike each other. I don't need to remove the weapon. Is it good to remove the weapon? Because I don't think I need to. I think I'll get there organically. I think I can just do this. As I was saying, I think the only decks that you can run 2 Darkens in is going to be some combination of Demacia and then either Shurima or Targon. Come on, man. I'm trying to shoot a video here. As I was saying, the only regions where it feels like you have good enough Darkens to run 2 of them is Demacia Shurima or Demacia Targon. The Bilgewater one I think is very good as well, just because it draws fleeting cards. I don't really care about the bomb that it gets to play. We got the 2nd place Gwen Zed list from the most recent seasonal tournament. I don't think I need Bloodletters. I think if I was tryharding, if I was like, okay, like I need to climb, I need to hit Masters as quickly as possible, I think I'd be playing like probably like Red Gwen with 2 or 3 Quietus in it. I'd probably cut like the Ravenous Flocks for the Quietuses. I might not even play Vile Feast or anything like that. Okay, I don't think this is the Zed Gwen list from the seasonal. At least I don't think. Who was it that got second place? Wise Guy. I cast it, I should know. Yeah, I don't think Wise Guy played Sparring Student, did he? I'm questioning as if I'm not literally going to look it up right this second. Awakening.
The night is young.
No, thank you. Wise Guy, Wise Guy. What was your Swiss record, Wise Guy? There you were, 8-1. Gwen Zed. Yeah, no Sparring Students in here. It's just the Stallion Disciple. Huh. I want to get Akshan down.
Don't do terrible things.
I can even get a Darken weapon onto one of my units here. Might actually even pass to deny the Zed. And then I have Fish Fight. But I also don't want this sitting around.
If we seek forgiveness, we must commit
Did not
all.
see that coming,
What
if I'm
we
being
do
honest.
is so much bigger than us both.
Do I want to equip this and then Fish Fight, or do I just want to get in there? I'm still looking at Wise Guy's list that I've already determined is different from this person's list by a pretty wide margin too if they're playing Stagehand. The only way this is a bad attack is Momentous Choice. They haven't equipped a weapon, so it'll still only be +1, so I might as well slap on the weapon before I go for my attack. That's not what I expected. Okay, this is probably more like ephemeral aggro.
This is my only chance.
Which is famously not very good. Okay.
I am the
Here's the
blade
Zed.
in the darkness.
Are you supposed to be here?
So I think I put this weapon here. That's my Zed blocker. I'm fine if this dies to Zed, because they'll have to use a combat trick and then I can just fish fight
They
it.
follow the wrong master.
It is kind of annoying that
Oh, come now.
this seems good. How many combat tricks do they realistically have? And even if they have 2 combat tricks and they kill both my Akshan and my bird here, they have 2 cards in hand. One of them's a Stagehand. Wasn't expecting Syncopation, but that does take them off of anything to stop my fish fight.
Breath, claim what is ours.
I just want to get the extra strike with Akshan so that I get this at the start of the round.
Into darkness.
And then I can start the turn equipping Darken Aegis.
Fixing the world.
And then if they play another
scoundrel at a
Zed.
time.
Well, they won't play another Zed because I still have a Challenger. I guess I can kind of do whatever I want as long as I don't attack. See, like, I built this, like, all-in Overwhelm list, and now it's just playing, like, the normal Sivir Akshan. Like, I'm not really drawing the cards that I put in here to be cheesy. I'm just drawing, like, the good half of the deck that I was not drawing earlier in the day. I don't know who needs me. I guarantee you this is one of my friends just saying, like, fart fart.
Wonderful.
That's the kind of people I'm friends with. It's 100% just a message that says fart fart. Nope. It's a tournament player.
This is justice.
This is good enough, right? They have 1 Hallowed? 1 Hallowed. This goes to 4 attack. Whatever. Sure.
A brief engagement,
Sure.
but a joyous one.
Let's put you back up a little bit. And my opponent is pretty gassed out. And given the Seraphine nature of the meta right now, I don't think you can really afford to play things that gas out. Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around how good the Seraphine decks are. That's reasonable, I think. And I guess we're just gonna keep this video short because I already played 2 games. I think it's like 6-7 minutes of footage. Jesus, it's a short video today, but I mean I'm gonna be cranking out the new decks and stuff, and I kind of want to get off camera so I can play some of the decks I want to play. So thank you for watching. Code will be in the comments. I don't really recommend this build, but it is sort of the cheesy overwhelm build that like I didn't get to do any cheesy overwhelm kills with. So maybe I'll actually bring this back. Maybe if it gets a more refined version, maybe it's not even Demacia anymore, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Boulevard. Good luck.